try this for an example. Broncos versus my Eagles.
Good luck.
No one can beat my
I thought you
Eagles.
liked the Broncos.
Oh, there are times I do, sometimes I don't.
So what is your major team, man?
Philadelphia Eagles.
Hold on, let me look. Hey, did you hear what the guy said? He said he's the woman our superiors are kept up. What the fuck, Mike? You're goofy.
I even beated the Washington at their home turf.
Hey guys, my name's Sir, and this is my adoption store.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles. With that, let's get up to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. We're standing by for the call. Our Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Denver Broncos. From up top next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, folks, we were already excited for this game. And then before the contest, you and I are down on the field outside the white lines.
Yes, we were following the rules.
We were following the rules, and a ball comes over our direction, but we can't see it. Somebody yells heads up, and instinctively you turn around and you snare it one-handed with your off left hand. So now we're really ready for football.
No gloves either.
No gloves.
No gloves. Not like what the guys are wearing playing the game now. But wasn't that a whole lot better than that time we were down there? And I got the coffee spilled on me when I got nailed by the punt returner.
That happened to the Vikings, right?
Yeah, it's a much better job of being heads up this time. Thank you for the notice.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Faking the give to Lindsay. Here's Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
But a tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. He's got his tight end Fant. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. Brought down by Nate Gehry.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lock. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
That was hot, yeah.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he'll get it down here to the 43. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls.
Well, it's probably going to be a while till I get on the PC
like what we
and
saw
stuff,
them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
I'm playing
that
one
going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Are you sure you're still down for Dead by Daylight?
From the 16, Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? And this is going to be
the ball now, fool.
Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. To throw, it's Wentz. And he finds his tight end, it's Ertz. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz caught by the tight end, Ertz. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Wentz now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you might have left.
No, you're good.
So a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Wentz going to throw. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Throwing is Wentz. Going to look deep for Jeffrey. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Wentz looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. This is caught inside the 15.
I'll try to, okay?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 51 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before. So they went for two and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. He's at the 50. And all the way to the opposite 45. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Now Wentz, looking deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Wentz able to hook up with Aguilar for a big gain, 43 yards. Now Wentz, and that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Wentz to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to... And he'll score! Touchdown, Eagles! Carson Wentz with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the 2nd quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 76 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love?
4 verts.
4 verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep and for him to show off that big, big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times, it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing now is Wentz. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Lock now on first down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Lock. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there. 3rd down here. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Lindsay. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Lock toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd and short, this is Janovich. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The kick by McManus is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation. Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, 75 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This is the tight end Fant. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Locke gets this to Hamilton, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Locke now, 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They look to throw. It's Locke. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
McManus now for the extra point. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Kicker, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
The score, Eagles 20, Broncos 17. Brandon McManus
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Well,
it's caught inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
To throw is Wentz. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Lock going to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Lock now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Got it? 53, check 53. I got it. Check 37, check 37. Snap.
From the 39, Lock. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
On 3rd down, Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Locke now on 1st down. He completes this to Sutton. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Locke again here on 2nd and 10. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Under 4. Play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
I'm going back to you.
Throwing his lock on third down. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Drew Lock and the Broncos. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:56 to go. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Throwing on first down is Lock. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing now is Lock. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Lock's trying to hurry him up with that clock running. Faking to give to Lindsey. Here's Lock. Open man, here's Hamilton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. First down now, but the clock continues to move. To throw it is Lock. And he's got it. And he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Again, they'll throw with Lock. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. It is picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. On 2nd and 10, Wentz.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Wentz now to throw. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.